Hello super animals, pawed and clawed. My name is Shifty and welcome to SAR-Cap. This edition of SAR-Cap will be a brief one, where I'll be going over June's Mooseletter. This edition outlined the Super Summer Royale and the Triple Blunderbuss, a Super Animal World progress update and a questions and answers segment. If you want to find out more about the 2025 Super Summer Royale, I covered it in this video instead, found in the info card in the top right or description below. The highly scientific progress bar makes a return, showing the estimated journey and the state of the development process so far. Progress has been steady across the board, core gameplay mechanics ticked up by 2%, reaching 94%, while the big leap this month was content and quests, jumping up from 35% to 50%. Early game sequences have also been getting a round of polish and they're shaping up really well. On top of that, the social and friend features, along with the user interface and user experience design, continue to move forward, each climbing another 10%, now sitting at 60% and 80% complete respectively. Looking ahead, Pixel plans to finish the main storyline this month so they can transition into polishing and fine-tuning. With no major hurdles in the way, Super Animal World is still on track to launch later this year, and the finish line is now firmly in sight. Hopping over to Blue Sky and Twitter, Pixel has asked the community for questions to answer within the newsletter, and various have been selected to answer for this month. If you have any questions you want an answer to, be sure to check out Pixel Studio over on Blue Sky and Twitter. On Blue Sky, Mabaya asks, will the Kitsune Fox ever return? It's the only thing I want in the game. I was playing during the time and I didn't know they went away because the battle passes didn't. Pixel shares, yes, we plan to bring back starter packs in some form down the line. Avoiding FOMO is important to us, just like how animal passes never expire, so we've been exploring ways to make these packs available again. They'll likely always be the best deal during their original season, since each starter pass is priced as one of the most affordable ways to get started in SAR, but we're excited to bring them back in a new format sometime in the future. Avoiding FOMO helps to avoid alienating large portions of the community, and allows for everybody to have a chance to gain any cosmetics that may have been missed. I think this is the best way to handle it too, having it cheapest on original launch to recognise the players who are around first or loyal. However, some exclusivity is still good so long as adequate time is given to acquire it and it makes sense. Take the Founders Edition for instance. On Twitter, Janet asks, are the new NPCs scrap characters that are returning for Super Animal World, or are they 100% original edition? And what are the thought processes behind making a SAR character? Pixel answers, most of the new NPCs are original, but a few have been living in our super secret lore bible for years, waiting for the right moment for their debut. There's no single formula for designing a SAR character. Sometimes a story idea sparks a new NPC, and sometimes they're designed to personify a game system. But over time, they usually grow to serve both narrative and mechanical roles as we expand their personalities. Sergeant O'Prey is a great example. He's part of our onboarding experience for new players in the Battle Royale, but eagle-eyed players may have noticed he has some interesting lore implications that haven't been explored in Super Animal Royale yet. I really enjoyed talking to Dogner and going on a mission to find the first Super Skull Cat within the world, and being able to learn new lore and get a feel for the characters. I'm excited to meet Sergeant O'Prey and all the other NPCs that will come with the new expansion, and learn more about the world of this game. As for the lore bible, I know many of us would love to get our beady little paws on that book. The implications for the future of the game that this single document has is huge, and there are things in it that none of us are aware of, and may never know. On Twitter, Toru asks, each match is relatively short and waiting for a match is quite long compared to the traditional Battle Royale game. Is there any solution to make the lobby feel more engaging and to prevent unwanted interaction between the same players again and again? Maybe a minigame of chess? Pixel replies, yes, this is a big part of what we're aiming to improve with Super Animal World. The lobby experience is being reimagined to be more engaging and fun between rounds, with a new way to spend time while queuing up. We'll have a lot more to share as we get closer to release, including exactly how the social hub works and how it connects to matchmaking. Making the time between rounds more meaningful has been a major focus for us, and is a big reason for why we added minigames like fishing and bug catching. Something that may get some childhood memories going, the first thing I think of is games like Club Penguin or Bin Weevils with their minigames that can be found throughout their worlds, with interactables such as pool tables, or entrances to races for sled racing or weevil wheels. With the introduction of hamsterball racing, and the ability to add minigames, I can see the social hub having a piece of a nostalgic homage to some of the old corners of the internet.
Blue Sky asked the question, what's been the biggest roadblock in making Super Animal World so far? Pixel explains, probably our biggest roadblock has been ourselves. We can be a bit too ambitious for our own good, especially considering how small the team is, but we also think it's also part of what makes Super Summer Royale special, and hopefully that'll prove true again with Super Summer World. The scope of the project is almost like building a new standalone game, but with the added challenge of fitting it seamlessly alongside everything that already exists in Super Summer Royale. Adding an entirely new social hub, minigames, quests, and progression systems, and then making them all work smoothly with existing content has proven more complex than if we just built them separately from scratch. But seeing how well everything works together in the current build makes us confident that it was the right choice. On top of that, redesigning and improving the entire UI from top to bottom has been a huge task. And even though we expected that building a full storyline with detailed NPC interactions and quests would be significant, it's proven to be even larger undertaking than we anticipated. Going fully indie again after briefly working with the publisher was also another necessary shift. It slowed us down temporarily and was definitely a distraction, but long term it's absolutely been the right decision for the studio and Super Summer World. There are countless other details that add to the project's complexity, like the hamster ball racing game layered on top, but seeing everything come together makes the whole process feel pretty exciting and worthwhile. Now this is really cool because it's basically Pixel saying, hey, we thought this is going to be easier than it really is, and this is taking us way longer, but we're working really hard, and it's just a good thing overall because Pixel is just really expressing that things are going well.
On Blue Sky, Puppet asks, have you ever thought about what comes after Super Animal World for Super Animal Royale or Pixel? Pixel responds, more regular updates for Super Animal Royale. Super Animal World is designed to be a whole new foundation we can build on top of, and once it's launched, we're excited to return to more frequent seasonal updates. Building something this big has been really rewarding, and one thing we're looking really forward to is returning to smaller, iterative updates that let us work more openly with all of you and incorporate feedback as we go. We've mentioned in the past newsletters that we want to evolve and improve existing game modes like The Walking Dead, and those remain top priorities. But that's just the start. We also have ideas for fully new modes, social hub additions, island expansions, and of course, more super animals. There's still so much we want to explore in Super Animal Royale, and once the biggest pieces of Super Animal World are in place, we'll be able to focus more consistently on updates across the whole game. I'm excited to see regular updates return to the game that's not just seasonal events grinding challenges for cosmetics, and focusing more on the content within the game like Battle Royale, limited time modes, balancing in experimental updates like the Blunderbuss, and collabs with other games or studios. I think the biggest thing listed would be island expansions. I get so excited when there are changes made to the map as it scratches many itches from reworking strategies or being able to discover more lore. There was no Super Fanart showcase with this month's edition, as instead a contest was announced with a prompt Friends and Foes. Those who enter will have a chance of having their work featured at the Super Museum of Modern Art once the expansion drops, and the top Super Dog will get the exclusive golden paintbrush. Only 7 other players own one. And with that, this is all for this SAR-Cap. Thank you for listening, and keep fighting, Super Animals.